Do you ever feel overwhelmed by worries and uncertainties in your life? Are you searching for a way to find lasting comfort and peace in the middle of life's challenges? In this video, we're going to talk about how surrendering your life to God can bring you inner peace. Surrendering means letting go of those worries and giving them to God. When we surrender, we trust that God is taking care of us and guiding us in the right direction. By surrendering, we create space in our hearts for peace to enter. So, get ready and be with me until the end to discover the power of surrendering to God, and how surrendering can bring you the inner peace and fulfillment you deserve. Let's dive in. Surrendering your life to God can bring you comfort and peace. When you give your worries and problems to God, it's like handing them over to someone who loves you very much. God knows what is best for you, and He can take care of everything that troubles you. It's like having a big, strong shield of protection around you. When you surrender your life to God, you let go of trying to control everything. You can trust that God has a plan for you and will guide you in the right direction. This brings you peace because you don't have to worry about making all the decisions by yourself. You can relax and know that God is taking care of everything. Surrendering means asking God for help when you feel scared or sad. God is always there to listen to your prayers and comfort you. When you surrender to Him, you can feel His loving presence surrounding you, like a warm hug. This brings you comfort and peace in your heart. Surrendering your life to God means believing that He is always with you, no matter what. You are never alone. This brings you comfort because God is watching over you, providing reassurance and guidance. You can trust that in any situation, God will always look after you. It's like having a supportive companion who is always by your side. When you surrender to God, you let go of your worries and anxieties. Instead of carrying them all by yourself, you give them to God and trust that He will handle them. This brings you peace because you don't have to carry the heavy burden anymore. God will carry it for you. Type yes if you are going to let go of your worries and anxieties. Surrendering means trusting that God loves you unconditionally. He knows you better than anyone else, and He accepts you just as you are. This brings you comfort because you don't have to pretend or be someone you're not. You can be yourself and feel at peace, knowing that God loves you. When you surrender your life to God, you surrender your fears as well. You can find comfort in knowing that God is in control. You don't have to be afraid of the future or worry about what could happen. He will take care of you and protect you. Surrendering means letting go of grudges and forgiving others. When you forgive, you release anger and resentment from your heart. This brings you peace because you are no longer holding on to negative feelings. Instead, you can focus on love and kindness. Surrendering your life to God means trusting that He has a purpose for you. You are not here by accident. This brings you comfort because you know that your life has meaning and that God has a plan for you. You can find peace from realizing that you are connected to something greater than just yourself. When you surrender to God, you release the pressure to be perfect. You don't have to constantly please everyone, and you don't need to be the best at anything you do. This brings you peace because you can accept yourself just as you are, flaws and all. God loves you for who you are, and that brings comfort to your heart. Type, "I will release the pressure to be perfect," in the comments section. I'd like to take a moment to thank you for being here with me. As we journey through this video together, I invite you to stay with me until the very end. We will do a small exercise together which will help you to experience the peace and comfort that comes from letting go. So, keep listening and get ready to deepen your connection with God. And also, I want you to tap into the power within you and unlock a life of inspiration and motivation by joining our incredible community of like-minded individuals. Subscribe to our channel and you will get uplifting content that will uplift your spirits and fuel your motivation. So, stay connected with us to experience the power of positivity, discover your inner strength and peace in the middle of life's challenges. Together we can embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Subscribe today and let the power of spirituality and motivation transform your life. Type yes if you're going to join our community. Surrendering means relying on God's strength instead of your own. When you surrender, you allow God to guide your path. In that surrender, you find the strength and support you need to navigate life's challenges. This brings you peace because you don't have to do everything on your own. You can trust that God will give you the power to overcome any challenge. Type, "I will rely on God's strength," in the comments section. Surrendering your life to God means finding peace in His presence. When you spend time with God through prayer, you can feel His love embracing you. Reading the Bible brings a sense of peace and nourishes your soul. This brings you comfort. You know that God is always there for you, ready to listen and help. Surrendering means being patient and trusting God's timing, even when things don't happen as quickly as we want them to. It's about having faith that God knows the best time for everything and being open to embracing His divine plan. This brings you peace because you can let go of impatience and trust that God's timing is perfect. Surrendering your life to God means letting go of material possessions. Instead of chasing after things that don't last, you focus on what truly matters. You start to focus on your relationship with God and others. This brings you peace because you can find joy in the simple things and in the love you share with others. When you surrender to God, you stop comparing yourself to others. You don't need to feel jealous or envious of what others have. This brings you peace because you can appreciate and celebrate the unique gifts and blessings that God has given you. Surrendering means finding peace in the midst of chaos. Even when life gets tough, you can trust that God is with you, guiding you through the storms. This brings you comfort because you know that you are not alone and God will bring you safely to the other side. Surrendering your life to God means seeking His wisdom and guidance. Instead of depending on your own knowledge, you have faith in God's wisdom. You started believing that He knows what is best for you and will guide you accordingly. This brings you peace because you can let go of worry and make decisions with confidence, knowing that God is leading you. When you surrender to God, you let go of the need for control. You understand that God is the one in control and you can trust His plans for your life. This brings you peace because you don't have to worry about everything and feel burdened. You can surrender and find rest in God's care. Surrendering means finding peace in forgiveness. When you forgive others and yourself, you release the burden of anger and resentment. This brings you comfort because you can experience freedom and restore relationships. God's forgiveness and grace are a source of deep peace in your life. Surrendering your life to God means living in gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you appreciate the blessings and goodness in your life. This brings you peace because you can see God's faithfulness and provision, and it fills your heart with gratitude and contentment. Now, let's take a moment and think about what we've learned. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine the peace that comes from surrendering your worries to God. Feel that calmness filling your heart and mind. It's like taking a break from all the worries and finding a quiet place within yourself. Imagine opening yourself up to a world filled with peace and comfort. So, as we conclude this video, remember that surrendering your life to God is a journey. It takes practice and trust, but the rewards are worth it. So, whenever you feel overwhelmed or burdened, take a moment to surrender. Trust that God is there for you, ready to bring you the comfort and peace you deserve. May you find solace in surrender and experience the deep peace that comes from placing your life in God's loving care. Thank you for joining me today. May your journey of surrender bring you abundant blessings and joy. If you like this video, I kindly invite you to subscribe to this channel and please press the like button. By doing so, you'll have easy access to future content and stay connected with us. Carry this message in your heart and share it with others. Let's continue on our spiritual journey together. Click and listen to the next video on the right side of your screen.